For almost 30 years, this house held my life. Every wall has a memory. Every room carries a prayer. We became a family here. We grew up in God together inside these walls. But when my husband transitioned, everything went quiet. One day he comes home, so his hip was hurting. And he said, no, it's just this pain. I don't know what it is, but schedule me a doctor appointment. The doctor gave him like a steroid shot for his hip. And then he gave him a medication. And that medication hits the liver very hard. That man turned jaundice. Brown, dark-skinned man. His eyes are yellow. It happened within 6 days. He ended up going into ICU. And that's when they said, this is out of our hands. We got to get him to one of our university hospitals. Of course, he needed a liver. It wasn't no question. So that night, 3 a.m., they called me. I'm in the room. I answered the phone. They said, Mrs. Carr, we have a liver. I hear a still small voice say, I'm not going to give him the liver, Shelanda. And of course, I'm thinking, this is Satan. And he says, you know my voice, Shelanda. You know this is not Satan. The neurologist comes down and he said, we always do an MRI, Mrs. Carr, before we lay our patients down to make sure it's no fluid or no pressure on the brain, because if we lay them down, they can die during the operation. He said, but we found fluid on the brain. And I kind of said, oh, this is what you're doing, Lord. Because I told the Lord, I do not want to make that decision when it comes to the last decision. The ventilator guy comes down, the specialist, and the Lord said, ask him, is your husband breathing at all on his own? He said, no, ma'am, your husband. I said, well, take that machine off my husband, please. His blood pressure left. He still had a pulse. And at that moment, I went over to his ear and I said, you was the best husband a wife could ever have. You have taken care of me and these kids, but it's time for you to rest. And as soon as I said you can rest, he went flatline. Cleveland Clinic Hospital is long. It's blocks long. This rainbow stretched over the whole hospital. And I looked at that rainbow and I said, he just made it in. I'm at home and I'm just like, trying to adjust to this. I'm sitting in my hot tub one day and I said, Lord, I don't have no one to talk about you with no more. He said, did I give you a good husband? I said, yes, sir. He said, did I give your kids a good father? I said, yes, sir. He said, well, I'm a jealous God and I wanted my child back. And right after that, he said, your time of mourning is over. And I get the wake-up call of my life. I watch a master class. I don't even know how I found CCI. And when I tell you, it changed me. It started birthing something in me. Like I was beginning to find who Shelanda was. And I hungered it. I wanted more. I wanted more. So after the master class, here they like, we have a boot camp. I think I called it when it was $37. And I was like, $37 after what they gave me in the free masterclass? It's a no-brainer. Like, I want some more of this. All that time, they were speaking into us, telling our story. And the story we were gonna tell, we were gonna coach it. But I was willing to invest in the school, give, but not go to school. So I said, Lord, if you want me to seed into them because they blessed me in my master class and they blessed me in the boot camp, I'll seed into this. He was like, yeah, right. You know, like, yeah, you trying to negotiate with me? No, I want you to go to school. He said, because when I'm taking you, I need this up under your belt. I go to the hairdresser, she going to London, I jump on her trip. I got a prophetic word down there in London. It shook my whole foundation. When I tell you the man of God said, you just did something in obedience and you didn't want to do it, but you obeyed God. And because you obeyed God, it's about to change your whole destiny. You're going to know who you are now. And when I got back, I went head in. The women on there was so willing to help each other. We had such a community. I have never seen women like that before. I've never seen women not jealous of you or what you're doing or trying to pull you down. And the schooling was so spirit-led. They taught us how to be humble. And I graduated in September of 2025. I will be announcing my small business, A Widow's Cup, my apparel, my book. It's called Rise Again, A Wise Widow's Journey from Grief to Glory. And so now I can say I am so fulfilled. I'm so fulfilled with who I am. I know who I am now. And that pain that he trusted me with is for his glory. And that's what God was saying. It's your turn.